The president of the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association and Samaritan's Purse, the Reverend Franklin Graham. You know, there are a few courageous people, Reverend Graham, and one of them is General Al-Sisi of Egypt, who actually went out there and said, I say again, and he said this in front of Muslim leaders, excuse me. And he said, I say and repeat again that we're in need of a religious revolution, he said. You imams, you're responsible before Allah. The entire world is waiting for you. The world is waiting on your word because the Islamic world is being torn, it is being destroyed, it is being lost, and it is being lost by our own hands. For him to say that in that region of the world to some of the very imams responsible for spreading this hatred, I thought was an act of courage. Your reaction?
First of all, let me just say, Sean, I believe, I want to say something to all the Muslims that may be watching this that are confused and are afraid themselves. I want them to know that God loves them and that Jesus Christ died for their sins, and Christ will forgive them and heal their hearts. And they don't have to die in a jihad. They don't have to kill somebody else to please God. God loves them, and He will accept them through faith in His Son, Jesus Christ. And we look at the Islamic world, no question, what General Al-Sisi said is true. The Islamic world is being torn apart by its own hand. But the problem is the Islamic world, the UN gives billions of dollars to the Palestinian Authority, and then they turn around, Sean, and they teach hatred. They teach that you're to kill Jews and you're to kill Christians, and the UN and others have been helping to support this. And I think we're going to have to take a close look at this. And the United States gives money to this, and we cannot give, I don't think, any money to any country or to any group that supports the killing of any person, innocent, regardless of who you are.
If somebody leaves the religion, the Islamic religion, that's viewed as apostasy. And the penalty in many countries for that is death. So I don't think there's going to be a quick migration into another religion, because that opportunity doesn't exist for a lot of people. When you speak about Islam and you read the Quran, what do you read? What is it that tells you that this is not the religion for you? Because you've been very outspoken about it.
Well, first of all, Islam is not a religion of peace, and there's nothing in its history that gives proof to peace. It's a very violent form of faith. But Sean, I want people to know, the Muslims to know, that in their heart they can put their faith and trust in Jesus Christ. I'm not asking them to go out openly
Christians
and denounce Islam. But I'm talking about they can do this quietly in their heart and just say, God, I believe in you, and I believe that your Son Jesus Christ died for my sins, and I want to invite Him to come into my heart, and I want His forgiveness, and I want Him to transform my life. But they don't have to go out and tell their Muslim family what they have done, because they'll be killed. You see, about 89% of the Islamic world believe that if you change your faith from Islam to anything else, that should be the death penalty, and that the family can actually kill you, and the law will do nothing to touch you. They will take your life. So I'm saying they can do this quietly in their hearts, and have that assurance, knowing that their sins are forgiven and that they can spend eternity in heaven, and they don't have to die in some jihad to please God.